am a holographic representation of a 21st century improv director. Who here likes Star Trek? Well then, live long and prosper. Well, tonight, you are in for a real treat. Today, you will be seeing a fully improvised episode of Star Trek in the style of The Next Generation. So what that means is you will not see Picard, you won't see Worf, you will not see Riker. This is not the Starship Enterprise, this is the USS Intrigue, the second best Galaxy-class ship in the fleet, but the first hot. To get us started, we are going to be using the Star Trek Encyclopedia, a reference guide to the future. Ooh. In this book, it contains every single thing that has ever happened in Star Trek ever up into the year 1996. So to get us started, I am going to leaf through this book, and I'm going to need someone to yell stop. So let me first situate this microphone. Alright, now I'm gonna wave my fingers around the page and you're gonna yell stop again. Stop! Okay. Alright. Let's see, we have landed on Nivek Subcommander, a Romulan officer and member of the underground supporting Romulan/Vulcan reunification. Nivek, the Subcommander, a Romulan officer and member of the underground supporting Romulan and Vulcan reunification. In 2369, Nivek was a key operative in the elaborate plot to enable the defection of the Vice Pronuncial Meret of the Federation. The Vice Pronuncial of the Federation. I am definitely saying that wrong. So, in some way, that is going to influence the episode you see tonight. Now, like I said, you're not going to see Picard. You're not going to see any of the usual Star Trek characters you're familiar with. You're seeing all original characters that these improvisers have been playing for many years. Some of them up to like 10 years. Yeah, it's been a long time. You will also be seeing two people dressed in all black. Those are our swing characters, and they'll be filling in the rest of the world. So the Starfleet Admirals, the expendable red shirts, any aliens we might encounter, those two characters will be playing. So, once again, to get our crew ready, Nivek, Subcommander, a Romulan officer and member of the underground supporting Romulan and Vulcan reunification. In 2369, Nivek was a key operative in an elaborate plot to enable the defection of Vice Proconsul Moret to the Federation. All right, put your hands together and let's see Star Trek, The Next Improvisation.
Ensign, how long until we approach the coordinates where that emergency beacon is coming from?
We got maybe 15 minutes, give or take.
All right. Now, I want you all to be prepared. We don't know what kind of SOS this is. The only thing that we know is that it's not Starfleet.
I've been taking as many scans of the space as I can.
Do you think that we're in hailing distance yet?
Not quite, Captain.
All right. I'm anxious to get there. This is a part of space where we don't know how long this beacon could have been lit for.
Nonetheless, Captain, I do have the med bay ready in case we need them.
Go ahead and try and hail them now.
Aye, sir.
Hello, this is Captain Cassidy Crane of the USS Intrigue. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, Captain Crane.
Who are you?
I am Willen, and I am traveling just in a small shuttle. That's right. We're running out of oxygen. Please help us.
We'll be there in just a moment. Are you prepared to beam aboard? You're going to have to abandon your craft if you're running out of oxygen.
That's all right, Captain. A shuttle is expendable, but we need to survive. Yes, we prefer us to live, not the shuttle.
How many life signs on board, Ensign?
Just the two, Captain.
Is there anything else on your ship that needs to come with you?
Negative, Captain. Just us.
I'm able to get a transporter lock. I'm beaming them over now.
Then go ahead. We'll see you in just a moment.
Thank you, Intrigue. Thank you.
Beam them directly to the bridge.
Aye, sir. Energize.
Directly to the bridge.
You're Romulans.
Yes. And you fell for it.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Intrigue. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Captain's log, stardate 44316.2. While unfortunately the bridge crew has been confined to the bridge with our two captors, Lieutenant Felix is safe in engineering, and I entrust that he can maintain control of the ship even while we give the illusion that they're in control to these two interlopers. Very well. There's two of you on our bridge. What's your plan from here?
Well, first, we need to know if we can trust you.
This does not seem to be engendering us to trust you.
Obviously, you've never met a Romulan before.
I've met Romulans. You two seem to be the bottom of the barrel.
At the bottom of the barrel is where the strongest ale lives.
An excellent point. My two officers will remove their phasers from you if you'll do the same in this show of trust that you're seeking. On your mark. What do you want? Why are you here?
We need asylum, please.
My goodness, you even said please. You must be truly desperate.
We practiced it.
Why on earth would a Romulan be seeking asylum on a Starfleet ship?
You say you know Romulans. Are you aware of what awaits any Romulan that defects from the Romulan Empire?
I am. Summary execution.
Not just of us, of our families, our bloodlines. Even those who are already dead, they dig them back up and kill them again.
I don't know if we can trust this. This could be another trick.
I don't know. They had us at their mercy, and yet here they are. They even practiced saying please.
Say, Captain?
Yes.
I hate to interrupt, but there's a warbird coming up on us at his current pace, it's going to be here in no more than 10 minutes.
Shields up. We'll await them here.
You should not await
Yes,
them.
sir.
You should leave. Flee. We heard this is one of the best starships.
We have no fear of a single Romulan warbird. Though if you'd like, we can destroy the shuttle that you were in. We can make it appear as though the two of you have died.
You would do that for us.
If you truly seek asylum, then yes, I would.
Perhaps that might get High Commander Korath off of our tail for a while.
You fool, you know who Korath is.
Ensign
He
Cole,
never gets off tail.
I need you to arm the phasers. Please destroy that shuttle.
Arming the phasers. On your command.
Fire.
Firing. Your shuttle is completely destroyed.
This has been my show of goodwill. Now let's all go and discuss what your show of goodwill to us might be.
Agreed.
It's fun to be in charge of the ship for a minute. I wonder if maybe this was all just an excuse so they didn't have to read my new book. I've been working very hard on it. I understand as an android I don't understand what love is, but perhaps a romance novel. A romance novel written by an android would be a novel thing, I told them. Yet I feel like no one's even tried.
Released from hostage on the bridge.
Good, I was concerned. Have you read my book?
I skimmed it.
Skimmed. What was your favorite part?
The part where the android first feels like they are perhaps finding out what love is as they fall in love with the ensign.
What was the ensign's name?
Ensign Purple?
Nah! I knew you didn't read it. It was Vermilion.
All right. Felix, I'm sorry I didn't read it carefully.
I understand that there's quite a bit going on the ship right now, but you all have had the manuscript for 6 months.
You're right.
It's just sometimes I don't believe that you believe in me and my believing of my own feelings.
But, Felix, it's unknown to us for an android to have feelings.
That's why I tried to channel it all into my writing. But I understand. There's Romulans on board after all. I can't imagine that everyone's concerned with the little robot in his little book.
Lieutenant,
Commander?
I'm sorry. Should have read your book with the care that you wrote it with.
So you'll read it then?
Yes.
Now?
As soon as I'm finished dealing with the Romulans on our ship, I promise I will read it.
What if you just started one chapter right now? It's just that usually people will start and say, I'll read a book when I have time, but there's never a good time, you know? It's always sitting on the nightstand waiting for you. There's always life that gets in the way.
All right, I will start it right now.
Thank you. That's all I'm asking is for a chance. I want to be a famous writer.
You do? Why?
Well, biological beings have captured their history and their spirit and in the written word for generations, for as long as they've existed. What greater tie to something like you all than the written word?
I suppose that makes sense. I guess I would have just figured you'd go for something a little bit more mechanical.
Ouch.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I understand. Usually I'm just here to fix the ship. I get it.
That's not what I meant, Felix.
Of course not.
You're right that perhaps we see you in one light, and we need to learn to see you in a different light. You're not just an engineer. You're not just an android. You are, Lieutenant Felix, part of this crew and part of this family. And it's important that we treat you as such.
So you'll command everyone to read the book.
I'm not sure even I, as first officer, have that power. However, what if we staged a dramatic reading?
Dramatic reading?
Are you familiar?
Of drama? A bit. I've studied it extensively. Oh, Commander, you've made me so happy. I'm gonna go rehearse my book for a dramatic reading right now.
So this is the glory of the Federation. Will and I don't trust them. I think this is a mistake.
I don't see where we have much of another choice, Jack. We made it, and now we have to see to our families.
Yes, of course. Before Subcommander Karth. If he finds us first, or if he finds them, or if he finds my ancestors and their bones. When you convinced me to leave, I told you I'd follow you to the end of the galaxy. But now that we're coming back, what have we lost by gaining their trust?
Your doubt is understandable. And I admire your courage in letting me know about it. But try not to think about it in terms of what we have lost, but what we might gain. And we could possibly be the catalyst that finally brings together Vulcans and Romulans after so many generations. Siblings, once again, unified. Similar hearts, similar visions.
You're right.
We can do this.
What would I do without you?
And I you.
And I you.
Enter.
Hey, I was sent down to see if you guys needed anything at all. Can't believe they put you up in the old captain's quarters.
Very handsome.
He was all right. Anyway, the replicators get you anything you need. You probably want to stay put. The Warbird is just within range, and they're asking to board. So,
To board. They are not going to board, though, right?
not my department. I'm just an ensign. The captain's working on it.
What about life signs? How can you mask our life signs?
We're working on that too.
Working on it.
We have an extremely strong scientific department here on the ship. I'm sure you'll be just fine. Listen, I'm just the messenger. There's a lot of moving pieces here.
Could you do anything? Gene manipulation? Anything to hide that you have two Romulans on board?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, listen, I'll be sure to convey that message because, of course, we don't want you guys found out. Don't worry about it. Listen, we're the second best ship in Starfleet. Huh?
Please hurry.
Or maybe contact the best ship?
Captain, I know that you say we should trust them, but I don't think I can trust Romulans.
Ensign Cole, unfortunately, I'm not offering you a choice of trusting them. I've chosen to, and they're here on the ship. You can make your peace with that, or you can be agitated for the next 1 to several days.
I just feel like something really bad is gonna happen here. We already have another ship coming after us. I mean, there could be more coming.
Ensign Cole, we have a plan in place. Lieutenant Keevy, have you made any progress on masking the Romulan life signs
Yes,
on board?
it was very easy because I'm very good at science.
Excellent. I told the Warbird that there was static on our line, but I think that that's only going to hold them off so long.
Sure.
How are you going to get it done, Keevy?
Oh, I masked their life signs and made them appear to be Vulcan, much like many of our crew are.
Excellent. Ensign Cole, if you can ever put any of these worries into a more concrete shape, I'd be happy to talk about them. But when you simply tell me that you feel something bad is going to happen, well, I've felt that way my entire life, and sometimes it's right and sometimes it's wrong. But I can't let it be my only guiding force.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I can't be silent. I have to speak up. And I'm sorry if that's not enough for you, but that's how I feel.
Ensign Cole, all I'm going to ask you right now is, do you feel that you can still do your job as security personnel on this ship while these Romulans are on board? Or is it better for you to take some leave?
Well, I guess I don't have a choice.
You do, I'm offering it to you right now.
Well, I guess then my choice is that I'm going to do my job because that's what I've been trained to do.
I think that that's a great choice, Ensign Cole, because while you might not feel that we're safe with Romulans on board, the one thing I do know is that we're safer when you're here doing your job. Now, I have a warbird to go talk to. I told them I'd be right back, and it's been a while.
Ensign Burke reading for the part of Ensign Vermilion?
Go on.
I'm not gonna lie to you, also, I don't understand a lot of these words.
Yes, go on.
Okay.
Oh, so there you are. I've realigned the isolinear chips the way you like it.
Oh, yes, yes, but with more passion, more excitement.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you are! I've realigned the isolinear chips the way you like it!
Yes, great. Thank you so much. You've done wonderfully. We'll call you back anytime now.
Okay.
Any moment. Don't worry about it. Have a great one.
Thank you so much, Henry. Thank you for the time.
Yes,
And
yes. Why can no one capture the brilliance of Ensign Vermilion?
Hi, I'm Ensign Golden. I'm here to read for the part of Captain Diedrich.
Before you do, tell me, what do you think of Captain Diedrich? What do you feel in your heart?
Well, when I read, I thought that Captain Diedrich was, well, a little brash at first, but the brashness is only hiding the fact that he cares, because in his past, showing that he cares has been turned back on him in really unfair ways, and so that's a hard shell that he developed in order to protect himself, but he would still do anything to protect anybody who is friend or family, or in his case, since he's a captain, his crew. And that's what I thought.
I'm sorry. He's just meant to be very hot. You didn't understand the soul of my shirtless captain. Get out of here!
I can
Get out of here!
smolder too. I take direction. Fine.
There's only one person who can play everyone in this play. Me! Dr. Soliel, if I could have a word!
Sub-Commander, I'm so sorry for keeping you waiting. I'm also very sorry about the shuttle that we blew up. There were 2 Romulans on board, and though they had very little weapons capability, they insisted on firing on us. I had no choice but to kill them both.
A wise decision, Captain. However, they had far more ammunitions than you thought.
I don't see how that's relevant, seeing as that shuttle is completely destroyed. They have no capabilities now.
Interesting, however, our scans have shown no signs of biosignatures in the wreckage.
Well, we fired on them pretty hard.
Interesting. You do know they are war criminals, right? You've done a great help to the Romulan Empire.
I'm, not usually glad to have been in service to the Romulans, but I suppose in this case, I will, take your commendations.
Interesting. We can now confirm there were no biosignatures or any biomatter in the explosion.
That seems like a problem with your scanners, Sub-Commander.
Sounds like there's a chance they could have beamed aboard your ship.
I
Perhaps
don't-
you have stowaways, Captain. Dangerous stowaways.
Well-
They ignited bombs.
In that case, we'll conduct a thorough search.
They killed hundreds. Hundreds of Romulans when the bombs went off. Just understand, when you find them, they are dangerous. And they will do anything to meet their goal.
Well, I want to assure you that we will search our ship thoroughly. We would hate to have these two on board.
Yes.
But there's no reason for you to wait around while we do it. I'm sure you have places to be.
We will continue to scan the wreckage and leave. We won't just cloak and hang out.
Excellent. We have places to be as well, so I suppose that this is goodbye between the two of us?
I hope so, Captain.
Very well. What do you think?
I think this is another trick, Captain.
By them or by the stowaways?
By all of them! They're working together. I don't trust any of it.
Well, Ensign Cole, in that case, would you like to come with me and talk to our Romulan guests?
Yes.
Commander, you have the bridge.
I'm not sure I trust the Romulans any more than Ensign Cole does. Have you run any scans on their ship?
The Warbird or
The
one
Warbird.
that we exploded?
The Warbird.
I've run as many scans as I can, but unfortunately the Romulans are excessively good at disguising what's going on.
What about their news logs? If there was a bombing on Romulus, there was probably some coverage of it.
Commander, I think I need to get to the science lab. I'll go through the news logs from the Romulan Empire and see if I can find any reference to this sort of catastrophic event.
Be sure to cover your tracks. They won't like Starfleet poking around in their business.
Aye, sir.
Tam, keep an eye on that Warbird. I want to know if it does anything odd.
While it's cloaked?
As best an eye as
All right,
you can
I'll
when
do
it's
my best.
cloaked.
I'll do my best.
I'm not sure if one or both of them is lying to us, but something tells me we're not going to have an easy time making peace with the Romulans.
Ensign Kimball, personal log. Things are just really tense here on the Intrigue right now. We got Romulan stowaways, and we've got a Romulan warbird just hanging out, cloaked. And Lieutenant Felix just... I've never seen him like this. I've heard of a passion project, but this is all-consuming. Like, two of my friends auditioned for his show and say he practically just threw them out in a rage, and I've never seen him like this, and I was really excited to be stationed on the Intrigue, but Romulans on one hand and a fanatical, holographic, hard light android lieutenant commander on the other hand with a passion project. They don't tell you about this at Starfleet.
You know, Ensign Cole isn't inclined to trust the two of you, and after what Lieutenant Keevy just sent me, I have to say I have more questions for the two of you. It seems that you were indicated in an event that killed hundreds on Romulus.
Okay.
Did you really do what they said you did?
This is going to sound strange, but you can't trust them.
Well, we don't.
We don't trust them, but I'm afraid that at this moment we also don't trust you. It's a tug of war. All I'm asking you is to pull on the rope.
But the rope circles around like a snake eating its own tail. And then the rope circles around your neck until you're hung. That is the goal of the Romulan Empire.
Is that a threat?
Not a threat. A reality.
So did you do this or not?
Yes, and.
Someone needs to tell us the truth.
We will tell you the truth. And yet, your distrust is also well placed.
Our
Because
distrust-
what you read, what you saw in the logs, was a fabrication.
So you both were guilty of this crime, but also
Yes.
the crime didn't happen?
We needed to cover our tracks. We needed a distraction. In the chaos of the bombs, we were able to flee.
Distraction from what?
Those bodies were already dead bodies. We're part of. We are defectors, that much is true. We are part of a cell that continues the work of Romulan and Vulcan reunification.
Have you ever heard of Nivek?
Of course.
Well, good, then you get it.
I understand your cause, but what I'm asking you is, there's a warbird out there that unfortunately isn't convinced that you're dead. Why should I not turn you over as stowaways in order to maintain a tenuous peace? Why is your mission more important than the lives of my crew?
Because, Captain, you've already made a choice. You beamed us over peacefully. And any interaction with them means you'll have to share that information. So like it or not, you are swept up in this game of chess as well. Or 3D chess, if you'd like.
I prefer neither game of chess. I've always been a simple checkers player.
Fine.
Enter. Then they'll fall in love again for a third time. Brilliant. Ah, yes, thank you for coming. I appreciate you joining me in my quarters.
Of course, Lieutenant. I have to say, we came, and I asked the doctor to come with me. I'm worried about you, Felix.
Oh, you need not worry about the dramatic reading. It's coming along very well.
No, that's not quite what I'm worried about. The doctor has had several ensigns having nervous breakdowns in medbay
Yes.
today.
Cowards. They couldn't
Cowards.
embrace the lustful nature of my characters. But like-
Lieutenant Felix,
Yes?
to be a coward, one must have a beating heart.
Go on.
To be a coward, one must have something they care about. And these ensigns, the passion, the youth, reminds me of my youth as a young Solwanyu being, a doctor on the intergalactic Doctors Without Borders ship. I was afraid, and yet brave. I stepped up to the challenge, and there were people who said, no, someone so young, a Solwanyu, we don't want you treating us. But I was there. I was in the room. I gave my heart to a cause. And Felix, I mean no offense by this, but I've read your entire manuscript. You could use a little bit of a beating heart.
A wonderful audition, Doctor. You've proven that you have exactly what it takes to play my leading love lady, Lyandra.
Lalandra,
Yes. It would be just you and I on that stage playing every other character in it. But in that stage, we could fall in love. And yes, I may, in my heart beats a fake heart, that of an android. There's actually nothing there. It's kind of an empty husk, but that's not the point.
I'm aware.
We could fall in love on that stage if you would be so kind.
Felix.
Right? Oh, sorry, I forgot you were here, Commander.
I got that impression.
Would you like to audition?
Absolutely not.
Ah, that's fine.
But what I would like is for you to stop terrorizing my ensigns.
Well,
They'll be fine. I gave them a hypo spray to take care of the anxiety, and they're just resting. You know what would lighten their mood?
What's that?
a dramatic reading of our play. Two people falling in love, Dr. something in Landra.
Dr. Liliandra.
In my beautiful words on Protocol for Love, a dramatic love story in space.
This was my idea, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
It hurt my feelings if you stopped us now.
And there's no hypo spray for his anxiety.
All right. All right. I relieve you both from your duty rosters today. I will do my best to cover both engineering and medbay. If this will be the end of it. At the end of this, when you do this performance, and then it will be over.
Yes, of course,
Correct?
unless it's picked up and broadcasted across the galaxy.
My ensigns will stop reading manuscripts while they're trying to fly the plane, the ship.
Tell them the bravest thing sometimes is to accept criticism and not to quit their day job.
Yes. You get it, Doctor.
All right, I will leave you to it.
Bridge Captain?
I'll be right there. And I'm here.
Captain, we've lost functional control of the ship. It looks like all controls have been rerouted to the old captain's quarters.
Fascinating.
It looks like our guests have taken over the ship. They've made us a pawn in, well, or if you prefer, one of the checkers that hasn't made it all the way to the other end of the board now.
I understand the metaphor
All right,
of chess.
so we're now...
I just don't like to play it as a game.
Anyway, we're stuck. They hold all the cards in this mixed metaphor.
Do they? I think that we have been caught up in a Romulan game of chess. But I think that a simple jump is going to help us resolve it. Lieutenant, will you please hail the Romulan warbird?
Aye, sir.
Sub-Commander, I'm afraid that you are correct. We do appear to have some stowaways on board. Your two Romulans are here. Not only that, but they have taken control of our ship.
We've been here the whole time.
Sub-Commander, I knew you were.
You knew that.
Excellent.
Very well. What shall we do about your stowaways?
What shall we do about your war criminals?
I think the answer is obvious.
Do you? I don't. Because I'm trying to think of it right now, and I can't.
You sound like a small piece in a game of checkers that's looking so desperately to be kinged. So you can move about the board willy-nilly, as they say.
I think that every piece in a game of checkers has all of the freedom that it needs. What more can we ask for but to move one diagonal square at a time?
Typical Federation optimism.
Well, what do you suggest? What is this obvious solution that you can think of?
They must be transported over here immediately.
Unfortunately, they've raised our shields, and as I said, they have command of the ship now.
Well, who's being duplicitous then? Them or you?
I'm telling the truth, so I suppose it's them.
That's what a liar would say.
It's also, unfortunately, what someone telling the truth would say.
Unfortunately, your shields are raised in an act of defense. That could be seen as a sign of antagonization. I may have to fire upon you, lower your shields, and extract them myself.
I'll see if I can convince them to. But would you really fire on our ship and risk war with the Federation?
I would risk everything.
Sub-Commander, I think that that's ultimately something that you don't want to have given away. I'll see if I can get your war criminals.
You have 10 minutes, Starfleet.
I'll take 15.
12.
You've broken my heart. Damn you!
When I broke your heart, it was only so it would be open, vulnerable, so that I, Dr. Miliani, could mend it.
Good, that should do.
Yes?
Yes, I believe everyone will fall directly in love with both of us on this stage.
Yes.
But I have something I must admit, Doctor.
Felix?
This is heartbreaking, but I feel I must say it. I didn't write this beautiful, wondrous, glorious play. It's perfect in every way. I created a database of every great work ever written, and I just kind of smushed them all together.
Oh. No, I've heard of this. The ancient times on Earth, there was a period where no new art was created.
Terrifying.
Yes, and I always wanted to ask how it felt to be the one to take all the great literature and smush it together. How does it feel to be paste in a collage?
Honestly, it feels terrible. As if I had ripped the stars from the skies themselves and smushed them together into a lesser good star. I feel bad.
It's all right. Computer, run program English class.
Program English class initiated.
Are you thinking what I think you're thinking? I could scour the databases and write my own beautiful play with my own beautiful words?
Yes, Felix, I believe in you. You may not have a biological beating heart, but you do have one made of hard light. And you are capable of your own thoughts.
Truly better than the bastardization of a bunch of other actual artists' work. I'll get right on it. Thank you, Doctor.
All right. We still hold command. The shields are raised. They can't do anything to stop us now.
All right. Now's for the next step.
Willen, I have to tell you something.
What, Jack?
I know we're duplicitous in nature, and we promised one another we would never be duplicitous to each other. But those bodies in the blast, they weren't already dead. I just told you that because I knew you wouldn't go with the plan if you thought I was a monster. Ah!
Excellent idea to use the Jeffries tubes, Ensign.
We know you have command of the ship.
What were you going to do with it?
What? One moment, Captain. I'm still processing.
You were going to fire on the Warbird?
Yes.
This could have led us straight into a war with Romulus.
Let me explain. And I haven't been exactly honest with you either.
Willen?
You can't trust them, I told you.
I know, but luckily, Ensign, it seems like they can't trust each other.
Sub-Commander Korath is part of the defection.
What?
This is an elaborate ruse, and he actually has a whole bunch of others, including our families.
Our families are on board that ship?
On that Warbird. Others...
But I've timed it to fire on them.
You're gonna fire on your own families?
I didn't know I was doing that!
Sub-Commander!
Step away.
Sub-Commander.
I've stopped the command to fire. Their ship is safe.
Willen,
Thank you, Captain.
there you are. Are you all right?
We are all right. Jack and I cleared everything up. And you are clear to negotiate with Starfleet as we previously discussed.
Yes. Or
Negotiate
assignment.
for your complete surrender.
Sub-Commander, I think the best thing now would be for you to come aboard the Intrigue. We can talk about escorting you and your warbird safely through Federation space.
On behalf of all those on my ship and all defectors still out there fighting, I must say, please.
I'm so sorry, that didn't quite come through. There was some interference.
Please?
Of course, Sub-Commander. I think that the reunification that you all seek, if it's ever going to be possible, is going to need brave people like all of you aboard that ship. And I wouldn't do anything to endanger all of you. While I wouldn't have liked to get caught up in this game of cat and mouse, in this great big game of chess, it seems that ultimately we can at least arrive at a draw.
Clearly, Captain, you are a cat as well.
Thank you, Captain.
Please.
And you were correct.
I was correct. They were working together.
You're right, Ensign. While none of this ended badly, there certainly was a lot more to it than we could have anticipated. And also, if you think about it, somehow also a lot less. We're happy to welcome the Sub-Commander on board. When he's here, I'll make sure that we show him to, let's move you to a different set of quarters that simply can't have command of our ship. That was an oversight on our part and not one that I'm going to repeat.
One last question, Captain.
Yes?
While scanning the databanks, I kept getting alerts for something called Protocol of Love.
Do you have theater on Romulus?
We have the best theater.
I don't know. You haven't seen what we're about to show you.
Thank you all for coming tonight. Here in the final act, in the final stage reading of my most elaborate of plays, you will be gifted a stage reading of a selection from Protocol of Love, the final love scene. Doctor. I caught you just in time.
Yes, I was about to aboard the ship. You didn't name it?
Shh.
The ship to the destination.
I can't let you do that. I need you here with me.
Take my hand. You didn't name yourself?
1, 2, 3.
If I would stay, I would only be in your way. Felix, this is a quote.
I'm dramatically listening.
Oh. So I'll go. But I wish you love.
Know this. Though I know you must go and find your own protocol for love, every day for the rest of my days, you shall be not only in my heart, but in my mind. Go! Now! Just go!
But
Wait!
one last embrace. Do they know this?
I thought the book was better.
Give it up for our next. Oh my goodness, thank you all so much for coming out to Star Trek The Next Improvisation. Thank you one more time to the amazing technicians here who made this possible. And thank you again to CONvergence for having us. We really love to come out here and see all of you really wonderful, wonderful people. So thank you, CONvergence, for having us. If you would like to see more voyages of the USS Intrigue, the good news is that we are going on many more of them this fall, and you can find out all about them on Instagram at USS Intrigue. Thank you all again so much.
Thank you.